So, what if an AI could discover brand new medicines while you and I are asleep? I just got my hands on this incredible investment document that claims this isn't just possible, but it's about to create a $150 billion industry, seemingly overnight. It lays out this whole blueprint for an AI scientist that works 24/7. And, well, the scale of this whole thing is just, it's hard to overstate. Let's dig in and deconstruct this.
Okay, so let's start with a question that honestly feels more urgent than ever. Why, in this day and age, is creating new medicine still so painfully slow and unbelievably expensive? Well, according to the document we're unpacking today, it's because there's a huge fundamental bottleneck in the whole system. And it's a bottleneck that's about to be completely shattered by technology.
Now, this document, it really doesn't pull any punches. It calls the current situation the research crisis. I mean, think about that for a second. A crisis. That's a huge claim, right? It's suggesting that the very engine of scientific progress is sputtering, and it's being held back by these hidden barriers that most of us don't even see. At the very heart of this crisis is an idea they call research scalability. The best way to think about it is like this. We're generating an absolute ocean of biological data, but we're still using tiny little buckets to try and analyze it. We're literally drowning in information, and our human brains just can't keep up or connect all the dots. And this isn't just some abstract, theoretical problem. Oh no, this bottleneck has a very real, very expensive price tag. The document claims a single big pharma company can lose up to $15 billion a year because of these inefficiencies. That's not just wasted money. Think of all the life-saving discoveries that are just being left on the table. So you might be asking, where is all this time and money actually going? Well, get this. Up to 90% of a brilliant scientist's time is spent on boring, repetitive, routine tasks that a machine could easily do. It's like asking a world-class chef to spend their entire day just washing dishes. I mean, what a colossal waste of talent, right? And the problem goes even deeper than just wasted time. The document points to this whole cascade of strategic failures. We're generating more data than we can handle. We're struggling to coordinate these massive, complex projects, and we're failing to integrate the mountains of knowledge we already have. The whole system is basically stuck in the past. Okay, so the problem is huge. It's expensive and it's incredibly complex. But you know, every great crisis story needs a hero. And the hero proposed in this document is the AI scientist. And it's all powered by this fascinating new concept called agentic AI. So what in the world is agentic AI? Well, it's not just a smarter tool or another piece of software. It's more like a virtual team. I want you to picture AI systems that can act completely on their own. They plan their own experiments, they collaborate with other AIs, and they run these complex research projects from start to finish, all without a human needing to hold their hand. So what does this autonomous lab actually look like when it's working? Well, it's basically a three-step process. First, the AI agents come up with the entire research strategy by themselves. Then, different specialized AIs work together, dividing up the tasks just like a human team would. And finally, and this is the wild part, they test and validate their own findings. They become their own quality control. Okay, this brings us to what the document calls the research revolution. And this is the part where all the theory gives way to some truly jaw-dropping numbers about the impact of this technology. So you might want to brace yourselves for this next part. The document paints this really stark contrast between the old way and the new way. On one side, you have human teams. They're slow, they're super expensive, and they're limited. And on the other side, you've got the AI scientist. It's unbelievably fast, it's dirt cheap, and crucially, it's infinitely scalable. You're not limited by how many scientists you can cram into a single lab anymore. Just to put that speed increase into perspective, we're not talking about a 10 or 20% improvement here. No. The document is claiming a potential 5,000% increase in research throughput. That's not just an evolution, that's a complete and total rewriting of the rules of science. And here's the other side of that speed coin, the cost. By wiping out up to 95% of research expenses, this technology flips the entire economic model of discovery completely on its head. All of a sudden, those moonshot projects that were once way too expensive or way too risky, they don't just become possible, they become profitable. And the impact goes way beyond just a single lab. The document highlights the potential for revolutionary partnership opportunities. Just imagine for a second, rival pharmaceutical companies deploying their AI agents to collaborate on curing a disease, tackling problems that were just too big for any one of them to solve alone.
Which, of course, brings us to the money. The document sizes this brand new market for autonomous intelligence at a staggering $150 billion. Let's be clear, this isn't just a new tool. This is the birth of an entirely new industry.
And that $150 billion number isn't just one single market. It's a whole ecosystem. You've got the market for the autonomous platforms themselves, the market for the AI systems, the market for the discovery services they provide. I mean, every single slice of this pie is a multi-billion-dollar opportunity that's projected to just explode in the next few years.
Now, you have to remember, this is an investment pitch, so the language they use is, well, it's deliberately bold. They literally talk about building a monopoly. And the strategy? It's classic Silicon Valley. You create these deep technical moats with proprietary tech, you leverage network effects so the system gets smarter with every single user, and you lock out all your competitors with patents. It is a blueprint for total market domination.
So let's wrap all this up by looking at the really grand vision presented in the document. Because this is about way more than just a successful company. This is a glimpse into a world where scientific discovery is no longer limited by human beings.
And the proposed roadmap for this is, well, it's breathtakingly ambitious. The plan is to go from just validating the research to complete market disruption and, their words, monopolization in just 5 years. And those revenue targets are just rocketing into the tens of billions. This isn't a plan for gradual growth, it's a blitzkrieg.
And here it is. This is the most profound, the most provocative phrase in the entire document. It describes this technology as, quote, the potential technological singularity in scientific research. Now, a singularity, right? That's a point where the old rules just don't apply anymore, and change becomes exponential and completely unstoppable. That is the scale of the ambition we are talking about here. Which really leaves us with this final, powerful question. If this vision is even partially correct, what will humanity discover when research is no longer limited by the speed of the human mind? What mysteries will we solve when discovery can finally run 24/7? It's an incredible thought.